You have 2,500 records in your shed?
Yeah.
So that's a lot of trash. You got a bunch of dudes selling you t-shirts that say, I hate my wife on it, or let's go get drunk.
You already told me it's robbery without a gun. Everybody wants their cut. You wanted a cut. Why can't the county get a cut?
Hi there, welcome to Real Sales Dynamics, where we break down infield sales footage to get you better at door knocking. Today, we're gonna be selling a roof along with solar, but we're not selling a roof the normal way. In fact, we're using an insurance company in order to cover the cost. How do we do it? You'll see right now. So, what's this guy's name?
It is Floyd.
Floyd? Got it, great. So, we'll go ahead and get through there.
No, he needs a new roof.
Oh shit, he does need a new roof.
Yeah, but he told me that.
Hey there, Carlos. I got a whole squad with me today, but we just need to take a look at the roof real quick. Did Floyd let you know we were coming by?
No.
Can you go grab him real quick?
Okay.
Are you a seasoned solar closer who's not getting any leads? Or are you a setter who doesn't have anyone actually close your deals? Right now, we're gonna be doing a blitz in an undisclosed, untapped location in Florida. We're gonna be taking care of housing, we're gonna be taking care of training, and more importantly, we're gonna be getting site surveys day of and installations within a week. Yes, in a week. In the last couple of blitzes, we've had multiple people make over $100,000 in just 10 days. We'll see you there, apply below. Hey Floyd.
Hi.
Good to meet you, I'm Carlos. So I just need to fly the drone over so we can take a look at your roof. How long have you owned the house?
4 years.
4 years? And when you moved here, were you guys having roof leaks or anything else like that?
No leaks.
No leaks, just shingles just started popping off?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Where were you at before here?
Kissimmee.
Kissimmee?
Yeah.
Do you like it more here or over there?
Here.
Here, right? Yeah. Now, if you have a dog, then they're just going to be friends with everyone else.
Home point updated.
Let's pull this guy up real quick. So I've been doing this for 8 years. When I first started doing this, I literally had to go on top of people's roofs. So you can see here, this is just all the shingles that have kind of broken off in that area. Had you guys looked into solar before at all?
We had a couple of people come here.
Okay, and then what was the verdict then?
It needed a roof, and then it was too expensive.
Oh yeah, I totally understand that. Were they trying to get you to spend cash to get the roof?
No.
Was it like a loan?
Well, you get cash to do a roof.
No. We're not going to give you cash to do a roof.
No,
That would be awesome.
I say, if you asked me if they wanted me to do cash.
No, I mean, did they bring up financing or anything else with it?
Well, we checked on the roof. Everybody's charging too much.
Yeah.
But the neighbor in the back here, I'll do it through my neighbor.
Got it. Yeah. So I'll let you know. Most of the time, when we do it on our end, we get direct funding from a company called Sonova, and they get funding from the Department of Energy. So what happens is it ends up being about 30% less than additional quotes, just because there's a subsidy with it. But before I even get there, let me take a look at the electric panel. Is that on the side of the house?
It's inside the garage.
Can you open that for me? I just need to see if it's 150 or 200 amp. So you got 150 with no open slots. So this is a 150 right now. The only thing is that pretty much all of your slots are taken.
Okay.
So because you have Wi-Fi, TVs, AC, and a pool, and every electrician who comes in just keeps patching it together to try to keep things going, and it doesn't make a whole heck of a lot of sense. Is there a table that we could sit at? Because I just got to work on the design for the house. Question for you: can you try pulling up that Duke account again, and then we can actually get the bill?
What do you want, the bill?
Yeah, I'm gonna need the bill. If you have a Duke app?
Yeah.
Okay, I know how to get through there. Is that the only setup to take a look at the attic trusses? Okay, do you mind? Or is it gonna fall in the pool?
No.
It won't? Okay, so let's just take a look real quick. All right, question for you. Who's your guys' homeowner's insurance company?
Slide.
Sly? All right, I'm gonna make a quick phone call. Have you guys ever looked to make an insurance claim in order to replace the roof? I just want you to get your roof done for as little as possible. Hey, Quentin, I'm at a home right now over in Avon Park where we're gonna need to do a re-roof. I was wondering if you were available to come by to see if we could do an insurance for it in order to cover it. 20 minutes? Okay, great. I'm gonna go ahead and send that over to you. Bye. So thankfully, I got a guy whose literal job is for our entire roofing department right now is over in Sebring right now. So I'm gonna send that over.
You said you wanted to see the bill, you wanted to see the amount?
No, if you can show me that real quick. And so what this does is it gets me the actual usage for the full amount of time. So on your bill, you use 12,795 kilowatts worth of power. Last bill was $265 and that was for 1,299 kilowatts. So just to kind of do a basic assessment, not every house is the same, and that's why we do a whole point inspection before I'm even like, oh, it's this amount of panels, right? Because every house is a little bit different. For your home in particular, you're averaging right around what you're using per month. So you're sitting at right around about $265 per month for your electricity.
In the summer.
Well, to be fair, you end up having even higher bills than that.
Yeah.
July and June, you have a little bit higher than that. Your average monthly is about $1066. So the month before that was $241. It's about $180 in January, is that correct? Somewhere in there, right? So we're sitting at right around anywhere between $240 and $260 with occasional hires and with occasional lowers. So when you first moved in the house 4 years ago, you probably weren't spending that amount of money for your electricity. Right? No one was, because of this. So right now you're getting charged 21.8 cents per kilowatt hour. Used to be getting charged 16, and before that it was 14 cents. This is all in the within 2 years with that amount of increases. And then they've already gotten the okay for another 18% rate hike. So the reason why I'm out here, specifically in like Sebring, Avon Park, Lake Placid area, is because now there's an incentive in this area for folks to go solar in a slightly different way. Instead of you taking on a loan or doing something like that, they take care of the maintenance, monitoring, and insurance for the system, and you don't have to take out a loan or spend any cash. Does that make sense?
Okay, so do I have to spend it?
That's what I just got your bill, so I'm working on that right now. But the big thing is this. This is where we want to get you, is at a negative bill. Right? Now, as far as your house is concerned, right now we're at 11,600 kilowatts. Does anyone actually explain to you how solar works with houses out
I
here?
had a bunch of people coming.
Okay, but did they explain to you how net metering works?
Everyone was different.
Well, net metering is not just us. It's not like specifically for us. It's just how solar works with Duke, right? Duke is very specific. So from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., all the power you don't use goes to Duke, and then you get a credit back, and that covers you at nighttime. That's how it works. That makes sense? Now, as long as we're producing more power than we're using, then we end up with a net zero bill. Question for you though, are you guys planning on doing anything that would increase your electricity? I don't know if you're a Tesla kind of guy. You guys are planning on getting an electric car?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
All right, fair enough. Because this is just the funny. I used to work in California for a while. They'd be perfect. Solar was, everything was working great. And out of nowhere, they'd start getting a $200 bill and called me saying nothing changed, but they were plugging a Tesla into their house. Teslas take up anywhere between 12 and 16 panels, literally, for those cars. So let me get the accurate energy usage pumped into here. Have you known anyone who's went solar before, by the way?
A couple of people around here.
And
I'm sure you see a lot of panels. So.
Yeah, and I know it's a cheesy question, but what's kind of the good, bad, and ugly that you've heard about it?
Some company go out of business and then they stuck with it.
Okay, so out of business. And what else?
That's
pretty much it?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
really listen to gossip that much.
Smart man. You don't have time for that. So this is a cursory glance as far as the roof is concerned of how we could do it. To be fair, the majority of the panels will actually end up on the major roof portions, right? So just to give you a correct rundown. So 11,600 kilowatts is what you use for power. You're getting charged right now 21.5 cents per kilowatt hour for power. So you're at anywhere between 207 and 240 for your electric bill. So we'll say on the conservative side of things, 220 for an average. As I mentioned earlier though, they've already gotten the okay for the rate increase. And this is just something to think about. So let's say it goes up 12% per year. It means next year your average will be 246, 275, 309, and that will be your average. Right, so the whole idea is kind of save the pain on this stuff. What we specialize in on this is we take a complete roof assessment and then we go to the insurance company in order to get a payout for the roof.
And then my insurance goes up.
Not necessarily. And Quentin will go into that a little bit more on the conversation because again, I don't want to say things that are out of turn on that end. I'll let him take care of that. If the insurance is not the route that you're going to want to go, we'll have another option for it as well because there's no way we can do it with the roof as planned. So I just want to talk specifically on the solar end if that's okay. Okay, so I built out at least the initial system. It would be an 8.19 kilowatt system, which would cover 105% of your current electricity. We use what are called microinverters. So old solar, like Jimmy Carter solar, worked like this. What would happen is power would hit an inverter, right? And then the inverter would convert the power from direct current to alternating current. The problem was is that if the inverter box went, none of the panels would work. Or if one of the panels went, then none of the panels would work. So that we don't run into that issue. And more importantly, we have a production guarantee on the system, meaning that if anything ever occurs to it, we know exactly what's going on, and you will never pay for power that's not produced. Right? In the same way you don't pay for like phantom gas at the gas station, right? If you don't get gas, you're not getting charged for it. It's the same way with this. That's kind of the biggest difference between this and a loan. So you're only paying for the power that's produced in the system. A couple quick things I was going to show you, because one of the things you mentioned earlier was just the out of business thing. Sonova is the actual financer for the system, and this is why I was talking about this from energy.gov. So the Department of Energy actually allocated about $3 billion in funding to Sonova to carry out this project. They're the only company to get direct funding from the Department of Energy. So what happens is that when we install it, after the re-roof obviously, maintenance, monitoring, insurance, all that stuff is taken care of for your house. Does that make sense? Okay. Right. So what we're looking at is rather than you spending $220 for your bill on average, going up to $309, you're at $144. Basically what we do is we would check for eligibility and go over the initial paperwork on there in order to lock in the pricing for there. Then we'd set up a site inspection, which would be done literally later today with the roofing, so that we can get all the information on there. After site inspection and that is accomplished, we'll get back for a final design. At that point, we'll know everything on the roof and everything on the solar side of things. If everything looks good to go and we get approval for funding from the Department of Energy, we'll get approval from Duke, pull for permits, get the roof done, and then set up for installation. Installation takes a better portion of a day.
Okay, so on average, what was the points that you need to qualify?
600. So you weren't able to qualify for the power purchase agreement one, but you were able to qualify for a slightly different program, which is the loan option, where you can qualify for the tax credit. Do you have any idea how much you were spending in federal income taxes last year?
No.
But you had to pay them something, right? It's usually taken out of your check? Where do you work?
Universal.
Universal? What kind of job?
Plumbing.
Plumbing, okay. So yeah, it's literally pulled out of your check and everything else. So the other option we have is still ends up showing, this is actual project estimate. So it's $194, and then you're getting a tax credit of $11,308. Still cheaper than Duke right now, and it's gonna be a hell of a lot cheaper than Duke's gonna be in the future here. And then you file on your taxes. When you do your taxes, do you like have an accountant? You guys do it online? How do you do it?
I do it online.
Okay. Do you use like TurboTax? Okay, so the form, they'll know how to do it. You literally, on TurboTax, it's awesome. There's a little slot there where it says, did you go green this year? And the form is called IRS Form 5695. And so what occurs with that is, you're able to file when you submit for that form. And then you get that tax credit back at the end of the year.
You can just skip it, because since I'm not qualified for the other thing, because I'm not ready for another loan right now.
What is it on the loan side of things? You're worried it's going to show up on your credit report?
No, that's not ready for another loan. That's another payment I got to do.
But you already have a payment. It's called Duke, right? You're already paying Duke $200, $220, that's going to go up to there.
I could control that.
By doing what?
Not putting the AC on or cutting down on certain things.
So even if you control it during the summer times, let's say you let the house get up to 92 degrees. You think your wife would be happier, or you would be happier if instead of you spending...
I'm taking out the central unit, putting in ductless in every room.
You do realize that the average electricity bill in Sebring and Avon Park and these areas is, even with good installation, is anywhere between $200 and $250. Because here's the thing, it's like we could really go at it, but at the end of the day, you're gonna still need to use electricity, right? So with this route, you're increasing the home value, because you do with solar, it actually increases the value of the house, and you're getting a tax credit.
So this is just for the solar. What about the roof?
So the roof is in Quinton's field. On that one.
Which is my insurance is going to go up. So I had the insurance going up on the 194.
So realistically though, do you think your insurance is going to keep even covering your house unless you get a re-roof?
Yeah.
You know they drop people after a certain percentage of time, or you end up having to go to another insurance company, ends up being more expensive.
That already happened. Because the first company I had, they already switched to another company, in my insurance company.
And then it went up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the end of the year, this roof will be fixed out of my pocket.
So either way, you're going to have to get your roof done.
Yeah.
correct?
Not for the price that they would charge.
What were these folks trying to charge?
810 was the cheapest. People go ridiculous with prices.
I know, it's pretty wild. But at the end of the day though, I mean, I haven't seen in Texas I've seen that. But to be actually able to pass for permitting with the correct shingles and paper and everything else you need to do and pull off the
Proper work.
Proper work. Who? I'm just asking mine because you know of a roof for $7,000. That's an amazing secret to have. Had they done work of people that you knew?
Neighbor in the back, they did their roof.
They did their roof on their house?
$7,000.
$7,000 on the home?
Yeah.
That's not bad. Is it the same roof?
Yeah, kind of the same.
Well, honestly, Quentin's going to take another 15 minutes. Do you mind if we look at that other roof? Because I'd honestly like to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go check it out real quick.
It's right in the back here.
Here, show me. This is not the same roof. I get it. So they charged him $7,000 cash
Yep.
on the roof side of things. Did they replace that little back portion, the patio?
The material isn't all that expensive.
It is if you don't want it to mildew or screw up. And again, I'm not even telling you I want to do your roof.
Regular material that you get with any other roof. They just be jacking up the prices.
It is a bit, right? Like, and that certainly happens. Well, I'm talking to you about the solar thing, though, right? And we can kind of go a lot of ways with this. It's going to be something that's insurable in order to help take care of on that end. But you're still going to have to pay for electricity one way or the other, right?
As I've been doing.
As you've been doing. So let's say you, in 5 years, sell your house. At that point, average bill is going to be about $305. Let's say you go way tip top, you don't even turn your AC on the entire time. Let's say it stays at like $260. That means in that amount of time, you would have donated another $15,600 to Duke.
I was given this prediction a year and a half ago. I'm still paying the same bill. They told me it was going to go up in the next 3 to 4 months.
And do you have a complete memory, number for number, of exactly what you're spending a year ago in the usage? Because we could look at it.
Like I said, in the summertime it goes up, in the wintertime it's not that much.
Let's say that something amazing happens and Duke never goes up, right? And you're still, let's say, $220. That's still $13,200 that you're paying towards Duke in that amount of time. Yeah. Right? Or that amount of money, which $13,200, you'd be like, I'd have to work a long time in order to make that amount of money. Or with solar, you're already paying towards the solar and it increased your home value. So an 8 kilowatt system, when you sell your home, and this was a study, a Berkeley study that was done on Florida, New York, Texas, and California. 8 kilowatt system increased the home value by $47,288. Now, I'm sure your home value has already shot up in the last 5 years.
Yep, I bought it for one something. Now
you bought it for one something? Damn, I should have bought property out here back then. Like 160, 170?
149.
$149,000. So you already know what it feels like to get free money, right? Because if you sell the house, you were able to live in a place, and they paid you $200,000 to live in a house.
Yeah, but you can't buy a house after you sell it.
I know, that's the only thing. But here's the thing though. You already know the experience of a home value going up without having to do anything extra to the home. This is what solar is. We put the solar on top of your house. You've now increased the home value by $47,000. So instead of you selling it for $350,000, $400,000, let's say it sells for $400,000 in 5 years, you're now selling it for $450,000. Right? And again, it's like a matter of if it's going to qualify and if it's going to go through. Right?
But if you put solar on your house, you know your tax goes up, right?
You know, do you know that solar in the state of Florida is homesteaded? Look, I'll show you. I know there's a trustable thing, because usually what happens is when I explain this to someone, they honestly don't believe me. It increases your property value by $47,000 and doesn't increase your property taxes.
Okay.
Right? I don't have panels in the back of my car right now, so by all means, that's not what I'm trying to do. It's just basically saying, okay, is this going to be a good fit for this house? Does that make sense? So let me go grab my iPad again. They did a good job on his roof, though. Let's say, God forbid, a hurricane wipes away the house, a bunch of other stuff happens. That covers the cost of the whole system, so that you're not liable for it. Does that make sense? When was the last big hurricane over here?
2 years ago. You said Duke, they get a portion of the energy?
Yeah, every day. So what happens is that after you install the system, you're going to produce all the power that you need in the day from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. You then sell back that power to Duke.
Oh, sell back.
And then you get a credit back, and that covers you at nighttime. Because obviously solar, when there's no power, when there's no sun out, it's not producing anything. So this is a relationship, very specific relationship between Duke and solar. It's different in every county, but in Highlands County, we have a 1-for-1 net metering. Does that make sense?
Okay. You say you get a credit, you don't get cash.
unless you end up using a lot less power than you produced. But I'll be honest, Duke doesn't pay you out a bunch of money if you don't use your power, so just use your power. Like, use your power as normal, right? Use your AC, take this thing.
Eligibility
That's where we're at right now.
was not met.
The eligibility for the power purchase agreement wasn't met, but for Project Hestia it was. So this is the Project Hestia agreement, which is the Department of Energy one, and that's how we were able to get it at 197, plus you're getting the tax credit for the
Yeah,
system.
but I didn't agree to that.
To get a site inspection done? Or that 197 plus a tax credit was better than paying Duke?
This part right here, you're not obligated to pay
Pay-
any money unless you sign this home improvement agreement and
Yeah.
return it to the seller.
And
so
I-
that means I'm obligated to pay.
You're not obligated to pay until install. I'll literally go in the beginning here. Because I want you to see the actual writing so that there's no confusion here. Payments will begin the earliest of 30 days after the interconnection date or 60 days after the installation date. So that's what I'm trying to explain. Like, there's nothing to pay for. We don't have panels on top of your roof.
Okay.
So it's not until after connection. Does that give more clarity?
So what's all the signatures for?
To get a work order so we can at least get the ball rolling on the project so we can get site inspection and final design done. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. The only way you can get a lower electricity bill than 190 is if you just turn off your AC or spend a bunch of money on ductwork. We're in agreement on that end. We're taking out the risk of literally working on the house, getting workers out here, getting a site inspection done. You literally don't even have to put your bank information so that we can get the final design back for the house. And all we gotta do is just finish up that form so we can at least get the site inspection done. That's all we're doing.
So, you realize that you're not going to be paying anything out of pocket for your roof if we get your claim approved.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
that is your final price. Your final price will be $0.
Yeah. If the insurance company does it.
Carlos sent me a picture as I was driving over here. And my response to him was, wow, this will be a slam dunk to get approved by the insurance company because there are missing shingles on an architectural roof. The type of shingling that you have, more than likely this is the original shingles that you had when you bought the home, I'm assuming? You haven't had it replaced since then?
This is the original.
Okay, good. So, and how old is the house? When was it built? 2009?
2000.
2000? Wow. So, there are two things that you're going to run into. First, back then, architectural shingles were rated for 65 mile per hour wind gusts. That means that they will withstand 65 mile per hour winds, period. And did you explain the 25% rule by chance?
Oh, for a
Replace
square?
No. So let me explain it. If 25% of your roof is damaged, your insurance company is required to replace it one time in any 12-month period.
So you can do it every year?
Every year. How often do we get storms? Every year. They're required to do it at least once. Your responsibility is that you pay your deductible. Do you know how much your deductible is?
$2,500.
Okay, great. If you are getting solar panels from Carlos, more than likely he's going to cover the deductible because he does that kind of stuff all the time for some reason. He's a nice guy apparently. But that's it. The only thing that's left is this. I need to go up, take some pictures. I'm going to show you what the damage is like up close. Have you been up there before?
Certain parts of it.
Certain parts of it. If you want to come up there with us today, you can come up there with us and look. An adjuster will call you in the next 24 to 48 hours. All right. When that adjuster calls you, there are two things that you need to remember. First thing is, they work for you, you don't work for them. They will tell you something like, oh, I'm going to be in the area tomorrow at 7 a.m. I'm just going to come by. That's not going to work for you. You need at least 1 day's notice. Here's why you need that. One, because you want it to work with your schedule. And two, as soon as that adjuster calls you, you want to notify Carlos. And so that he can have somebody from our company come out and be with this adjuster as they're walking your roof. You have a situation with your roof where the damage is just evident. Some adjusters are more in the pocket of the insurance companies than others are. And I don't know your relationship with your insurance company, but after having done this, or been none, then let me tell you what their relationship with you is. They are not here to pay out claim. They're here to collect premiums. Period. There's one sheet of paper that I need you to fill out. after we get done with the filing the claim, and then we'll be on the way. Now, here's how, let me just tell you what's going to happen next. So they're going to come out and fill out everything, get the claim done, and he's going to send all that back to the insurance company. Since you are getting solar also, these two things work hand in hand with each other. Number one, we cannot install solar panels on that roof. Can't do it. Got to replace the roof. Okay? But it takes a longer period of time to get a permit for solar than it does to get a permit for a new roof. So if you do these two things right in line with each other at the same time, by the time we complete the roof, the solar will be ready to go. And you'll be able to get the solar installed a week after the roof is completed. That way you don't have people at your house all up. Okay? What questions do you have so far about anything I said?
So what was the price on the
While
solar?
you're talking about that, maybe we get the paperwork.
Yeah, so the price in the solar was, it's $194 a month, fixed. Does not go up, does not change, right? Unlike Duke, who keeps going up. And it's gonna cover 110% of your power.
So I wouldn't have no other electrical bill.
No bill with Duke whatsoever. Right, that's how it works. On the solar side of things, if it's $194, no maintenance, no monitoring, no insurance, no anything for the system itself. You don't have to take care of a single thing. The only thing is filing on the tax claim at the end of the year, because you're gonna get an additional $11,000 back federally, right, at the end of the year.
Credit.
So it's an actual check, because there's guys out there who are independent contractors where they pay their taxes at the end of the year. So on your taxes at the end of the year, when you file for the IRS form 5695, you don't need to remember the name or anything else. When you use TurboTax, you just say on there, I went green. You put the total loan amount and you get the full tax credit amount at the end of the year. And that is in the form of a check if you are paying into taxes, which they unfortunately have been taking money out of your bank account since you've moved here, right? Moved back at least.
So, I'm about to get on your roof.
Okay.
Good. You coming with me or not?
Do you have a ladder?
I got it out. Come on, let's go. So, what you're going to see over here is all these areas have mission shingles on them, and the connectors on each shingle sheet are already flipped up. This entire face of this roof is irreparably damaged. You can even route it, and you'll see a whole row of shingles lying there. Just this entire valley by itself, or this entire roof face by itself, will get this entire roof replaced for free by the insurance company. That's it. All right, let's go. Let me talk to you about what this is. This is a contingency agreement. This is what is going to make us your contractor and able to talk to your insurance company, okay? This is going to have your name, your property address, your insurance policy number, and the claim number. As I told you, if they approve it. I don't see a problem, but if they approve it. If they don't approve it, you don't owe us any money. Okay? No obligation. And then list all the different checks. When that $10 million check comes in, you're going to want it, but you're not going to take it and disappear on me. You're going to hand me over that $10 million.
So the price of the roof.
It's determined by the insurance company, not by me or by you.
Okay, so if it's less than what you estimated to be.
We have to do the roof, and we have to work that out with the insurance company. That does not come on you. If they, like I said, if they say it's $5, we gotta do the roof for $5, and we talk to the insurance company about that to get them to give us 10.
You've been up there, so what is their estimate?
It depends on a couple of things. One, I've seen insurance companies pay between $28,000 and $50,000 because your roof is about 40 square.
That's like ridiculous. It sounds like I need to get a cut out of that.
It sounds like you can either pay $28,000 to $50,000 in cash, or
Seven.
Where's 7 come from?
That's what the neighbors got theirs for.
Oh, really? Is it up to code? Did they pull a permit?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Because he's a homeowner, you can pull something from it.
No, that's not how that works. So let's talk about that. If your insurance company finds out that you didn't use a licensed contractor to do storm-related repairs or replacement on your house, or you decided to cut corners, or you took their check and did not use that check for what it was supposed to be for 100%. In the state of Florida, they have the right to A, not pay out any other claims in the future, and B, drop you from going forward. They will then report you as a homeowner
So what I'm saying is, what makes you qualified to do a roof?
Got to have a license in the state of Florida. Anything that is over $2,000 requires a license in the state of Florida. Anything, period.
I just need the roof done.
We're going to do that 100%, and you're not going to have to pay out of pocket for it. You're going to pay less for your roof than your neighbor did. They paid $7,000. You're going to pay $0. Okay? You can cancel this at any point in time. But because we did the work to get the claim approved for you, you're agreeing to pay 25% of the liquidated damages. We will walk away, not do your roof, but you give us 25%. They pay you $100,000, cut us a check for 25. You keep the 75. We're happy because we did the work to get you approved. Now, you've got to figure out how to get your roof done then, and we're going to notify your insurance company that you're not using the contractor on there, and they're going to make sure that you get your roof done properly. Just like they're going to make sure that we put the roof on properly. One of the protections that you have is this. Number one, we're going to have to go through a county inspection. County inspector is going to come out and make sure that we put 6 nails per shingle sheet on. They're going to make sure that we do all of that. We have to stop and do an in-progress inspection and have them come out before we put on the shingles to inspect everything, and then they're going to look at it after.
I was wondering how that's done.
That is how that is done. That's the first protection that you're going to get. The second protection that you're going to get is from your mortgage company. Remember I told you that check's going to have your mortgage company's name on it? We got to send them a packet off. We have to write an affidavit that says that we're going to abide by the county code and the insurance company's requirements for this roof. We put our license and our bond on the line for that every single time we do this. And believe it or not, I do not want to go out of business.
So, I mean, it's a good deal.
Good. So I need you to put your name right there. The address there. Go through here, initial each one of these. While you're doing that, I'm going to go and put my ladder up. All right, good. You see this? You are going to get a copy of this. This is yours, okay? That's everything we agreed to and everything that I said. Let's call in this claim, please, so we can get this done.
Perfect. So he's going to handle the rest of the insurance portion, and then he'll let you know the site inspection time. Because there's basically 2 things. The site inspectors are just going to say you need a new roof no matter what, but they're going to take out the attic trusses and everything else so we can build up the final design. I'm guessing we're going to be shooting for tomorrow for that site inspection.
Okay.
Okay? All right, my friend. It's been a pleasure, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Okay?
Thank you.
You have a wonderful day. I'll talk to y'all soon.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks. I've closed 8 fellas in the one room, and they're all cash deals. I've done 6 deals in one sitting. I've done 3 deals in one sitting. Those take a couple hours. A deal that fails on a lease, and then we have to flip it to a loan, and it needs a new roof, so we're going to do an insurance claim regarding it. That level of complication, that's when you got to go into solar ninja mode to get that kind of stuff done. Occasionally it means it's going to end up taking 3 hours, but god damn, is that the best roof close I've ever seen in my life. And that wraps it up. Roof plus solar package. That guy ended up getting installed and taken care of in just 2 weeks. Yes, 2 weeks in Central Florida. And that's the kind of volume and quickness that we're doing out here with Pacific United Power. Make sure to click the submission form below if you want to jump into our next Blitz. Make sure to click subscribe so you can see more content. Most importantly, click on one of these 2 little videos. YouTube thinks you're going to like it a lot.